how are you making sense of the last 4 to 8 years? As you're a pastor, you're in Texas, you love the Lord, you love America, but as you're kind of playing back the tape, how are you making sense of it? How would you describe what's happening?
Well, I'll answer it, but I want to hear the same from you. I would tell you that what's really weird is that the 2016 election was the first election where I felt like I was blindsided when I would preach that people would read into what I was preaching. They would read
Hmm.
in that I was trying to make subtle political messages.
Hmm.
Now, I want to be, pretty clear. I've got social media accounts. I'm on the platform formerly known as Twitter,
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. But man, I'm not a big cable news watcher. I'm not aware of all the different talking points. I had missed all that. So what was wild is like, I wrote my doctoral dissertation on Bonhoeffer,
Yeah.
and, we were getting close to the election, and I was just kind of, noticing some of the vibe that, people were saying some of this stuff, in 2016. And I just said, hey, we just got to, remember. I threw this picture up on the screen in our church of a church altar with the Lord's Supper table that was draped in a Nazi flag, and I just said,
Mm-hmm.
look, I'm not saying that United States is Nazi. Don't hear that, but just we look at that and we cringe. Like, I can't believe they would do that. And I said, I just want us to recognize the way we avoid that is we just don't mix these two, which is why
Yep. Right.
our particular theological tradition has always been very strong in support of separation of church and state.
Hmm.
Man, I mean, within hours of wrapping up that sermon, I mean, I had email saying, I can't believe that you think that Trump is a Nazi. And I was
Right.
like, wow, man, I was not saying that whatsoever. And that was kind of like the first salvo that election year. And it was then that, man, no matter how I approached a topic, it felt like my church is pretty purple, so to speak. I got a lot of red, a lot of blue.
Hmm.
And man, no matter what I chose, I was getting shot at by half the congregation.